What's going on, you guys? It's your boy D, also known as Dream Eater. So I found this. We're doing something different today. I found this video by the Food Theorist. It was just released like a day ago, I guess. And I was curious because they said your favorite snack could be banned forever. And this is referring to, I think, on the cover art, thumbnail. I mean, it said Doritos, or it had a picture of Doritos. So I'm assuming that's what the dude's talking about. Um, that's not why I'm reacting to this. Why I'm reacting to this is because I got maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes in, and I was like, there's no way this man is glazing red 40. Okay, for those of you who don't know what red 40 is, it is a dye that a lot of companies use. Now, um, a lot of companies in the US use fake dyes in their snacks to make them look better, make them look more appetizing. It the more vibrant colors are, the more your brain perceives um, it the food you eat as a um, what's the word I'm looking for? The more your brain perceives it as tastier, essentially. That's essentially what red 40 does. Or I guess he references red 3 in the first minute, but the problem about the red 40 and then all the red dyes is they're extremely toxic. Maybe not in large amounts, but with how much people eat these days and the volume we're eating. I mean, I'm sorry. I used to eat a whole bag of Doritos like back in 2020 I was um, when I was working full time and couldn't or was saving money, so I would just get a bag of Doritos and eat that and be like, that's it, that's my lunch. Get back to work, slave. But jokes aside, I'm only half joking, but yeah, either way, jokes aside, um, red 40 is made out of parasitic bugs. I'm not joking with you guys when I say this. Okay, look it up for yourselves. I don't want to get into it because this video is going to be long enough as it is. But please look it up because it's disgusting. I'm sorry, we're eating parasitic bugs. That's how they get the red dye in it. I'm not sure how the other colors are made. I just seen a video where the dude actually shows this parasitic bug, sees them dried, crushed up, and then die. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I could be entirely wrong about that. Let me be 100% clear. They could be making it from something else, but I'm pretty darn sure it's the bugs. But anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into it.
Ingredient is going away for good. Which one am I talking about? Salt? Mustard! No, the one that ties
It, okay, quick story. I'm not into rap. My sister, she's into rap. And when she showed me that, I was like, there is no way this is real. What? Sorry.
is
Okay.
any meal together. Red 3. So unless you want to go to jail, you better
Hold on, what?
one that ties any meal together. Red 3. So unless you want to go to jail, you better try it now because the US government is about to make Red 3 illegal.
Okay, that is way too dramatic. I mean, I get it. The dude, okay. Ever since MatPat quit, I get it. This guy has had to bear the weight of this entire channel on his shoulders, so he's got to be as entertaining as possible. But I feel like he's trying way too hard, and he's not letting it naturally progress. He's trying way too hard to emulate MatPat, and while yeah, a lot of us miss it, we watched game theories and food theories and all the theories because for MatPat, not for this dude, not for a corporation, but for MatPat. So I feel like it's just a huge mockery in my opinion. I mean, mockery is like the best form of flattery, but I just don't know how I feel about it. It's like I haven't been watching Food Theorists on my main YouTube account ever since MatPat went, which is sad. And I'm not trying to like say anything too negatively, but I'm just saying if I'm a little too harsh with this guy, dude, it's because I haven't watched any of his videos, so I don't really know what this guy's personality is like, and I could be cross-examining to MacPack a little too hard. For all I know, he's the guy. He's the mind behind MatPat, and MatPat was just an actor. That's 100% possible too. But anyway, I don't think anyone's gonna get jail time for holding it. And I'm sure he's just joking, but like I'm just saying, I feel like it's a little too clickbaity for my taste. Okay,
Hello,
okay, okay. I'm enough.
Internet. Welcome to Food Theory, the only show that's truly to die for. Yeah, and that's DYE, because today we're talking about all things food dye. At some point, especially if you live in the United States, you have no doubt picked up your favorite food or drink, turned over the ingredients on the back, and saw the whole suite of colorful dyes we've come to expect on our food these days. I'm talking
Expect, he says.
red 40, yellow 3, and who could forget about blue 2? And you may have seen
Honestly, I could live without all of these because it's not they're not food. They're aesthetics. If I wanted the aesthetics, I could. Nah, okay, I'll stop.
these ingredients and thought, these sound like they should be coming out of a quarterback's mouth and not going into mine. These
Actually, yes.
are artificial food dyes, and we've been using them for decades to make our
Keyword decades. Not hundreds of years, not millennia, just decades. And I'm pretty sure it has not been good for us.
food here in the States look as bright or as toxic as you've come to expect. Unfortunately, the colorful party might be coming to an end soon.
Now, this is where I kind of snapped just a wee bit. He said, unfortunately, the colorful party might be coming to an end soon. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me. What do you mean, unfortunately? There is no reason we need to have these. This stuff is banned in other countries. What are you doing? So I'm gonna give this man a chance. I don't know anything about this dude. So for all I know, I'm blowing this entirely out of proportion, and this video won't even be uploaded. But if the chance you're seeing this, I'm out of content, and I'm most likely out of content, and I need the views. Let's be real. I probably don't have content. That's probably the reason why you're seeing this, but I don't know. Okay.
Soon for one of those precious dyes. In January of this year, the FDA announced that it was revoking its authorization for Red 3, essentially making it banned in all food and drugs in the United States. And I'll be honest,
Good.
when I heard about this, I was like, that's a good thing, right?
Okay. That's a good thing, right? Yeah, it should be. I really think so.
Admittedly, now that I think about it, I don't really know what these dyes are in the first place. Like, I've heard of Red 40 and Yellow 5, but should
Okay, my philosophy on it is it's 100% unnecessary and thus should not be put in. I think maybe if they made separate like foods for it, like make organic. Okay, so one thing I noticed Lay's does, or at least I think it's Lay's. It's one of them. They will make regular Doritos and regular what's the other one? Cheetos, and then they have the baked slash natural, quote unquote, or simply, that's what they call it, simply Cheetos and stuff like that. If they did something like that, I'd be totally down with that. You know, it's like, and to be fair, we wouldn't even need this whole banning if the companies just did that in the first place. Yeah, it might be a little bit more expensive, but you're giving people options, and you're showing good faith to your people. If they would have just done that, we wouldn't be in these shenanigans. I'm just saying.
I be worried about them being in all of my favorite treats? And why is Red 3 specifically getting the axe from the feds? Well,
Lots of people are allergic to Red 40. Period. Like, honestly, I'd say that's a big. Now you can make the argument, and I would agree with you here. Peanuts are also, a lot of people are allergic to peanuts. Shouldn't we ban peanuts then? No, because peanuts don't cause. It's like this. Red 40. There some studies, and to be fair, I have limited knowledge on this, so I would encourage you to please do your own research. I am basically talking. I am strawmanning an argument here because I do not know enough about it. Shit, if I had my mom on here, she would totally go into it. She'd totally be into it, but she's hella shy when it comes to this stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna work on that though. um, no, but for real, Red 40, they're red 40, yellow 3, blue 2. They, in my opinion, these are very unnecessary. Like all they do is change the color of the food. That's it. I don't think that's necessary for anything. Peanuts, on the other hand, are kind of vital when you're making peanut butter cookies and stuff like that. An actual delicacy. Okay, I say delicacy. I'm being dramatic, but you get my point. Peanuts, while yes, are allergic, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the most allergic, one of the most common allergens people have is for peanuts. Well, maybe second to milk, but we do have peanutless options and other stuff like that. So again, it brings me back to my original argument. Why can't we just have simply and then regular? Because I don't think this. You know, hold the phone. Okay. Why? Wait, what? What do you mean I'm not answering? What the? Okay, that's weird. I don't like that. I mean, you can kind of see it right here. Oh wait, but it doesn't say the full thing. Dagnabbit. Um, I swear if it bars me from here too, I swears. Okay, simply Fritos. Please forgive my internet. My internet is not the best. Not the best. Gosh dang it. What the? Okay, there it goes. Yeah, whatever. Okay, where is the Okay, I'm showing you guys this for a reason. Look at what the where's okay, there it is. God bless. Okay, first of all, I don't like this. I want to be upfront with this. I do not like this at all either. Bioengineered. And they make it look, "Oh, look, it's so green." No. No. I am not okay with bioengineered in any way shape or form. That is messed up. If you want to make the argument that they're crossbreeding plants for to make things a little bit easier to like for so that way you don't have to use pesticides on it or whatever, that's a whole different story. I am perfectly okay with that. Generally, when it says bioengineered like this, they're talking about actually splicing the DNA and then just messing around with the DNA. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't care for it. Anywho, so but that's not why we're here. Here we go. Okay, I don't see the dyes. At least I hope not. So yeah, dried bell pepper. Let's see here. Whole corn. Buttermilk, less than 2% of salt. Cheddar cheese, milk, cheese cultures, salt, enzymes, onion powder, natural flavors. Oh yeah, I like to see what that means. As spice, fruit, vegetable yeast. You see, they don't. See, this is the other thing I don't like when they say natural flavors and they don't actually explain what that is. Like, guys, just be real with us, please. I know you're not. Oh, listen. We all know this. That you're not putting anything good in this. We already know that there's a lot of bullshit chemicals. I mean, for goodness sake, the red 40 should be enough. It's like, why y'all hiding what you're putting in? Okay, like, please, we need to know. But I guess I'm asking too much. Anyways, so yeah, no, I don't see red 40 or any of those dyes in there. So Okay, I mean, at the very least, Doritos does have that option. But the bioengineered part, I don't know.
That is what today's episode aims to get to the bottom of. What are these chemical food dyes? Are they dangerous for us to consume? And most importantly, do we actually need them? Drop your socks
No.
and grab your Crocs, loyal theorists, as we dive in to explain America's chemical romance with artificial dyes. Let's kick things off by laying out what these artificial dyes actually are. Obviously, the name partly gives it away. They're food dyes and color additives that are not natural, but artificial. Now, artificial in this case doesn't just mean companies are adding it to food where they aren't naturally found, but that the very chemicals themselves are synthetic or artificially made. They're made like
Well, no shit. I'm sorry. That just okay. That seemed very unnecessary as a that seems very unnecessary of an explanation. I mean, I think we all know what artificial dyes are. I mean, I feel like he dragged it on. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
any other chemical is, by reacting various chemicals together to create a tasteless compound that can make any food colorfy. And these dyes are found in all sorts of processed goods that could use a little splash of red, blue, yellow, or green to brighten their day. From Swedish fish and Fruit Loops to yellow rice and even mouthwash. But you know what doesn't have any artificial dyes? The sponsor for today's episode, AG1. Or as I like to call it, the one responsible decision I make every day. As someone
I'm gonna let his ad run. It's like I don't know if I agree with what this dude's saying, but at the very least, because I'm using his videos to help make my own video, you can choose to do whatever you want. If you agree with this dude, go ahead, support him. If you don't, shit, I don't know.
whose diet is roughly 60% chaos and 40% regret, I need to make sure I'm at least getting the vitamins and minerals I need to keep my body going for as long as YouTubely possible. And AG1 has been the thing to support just that, mainly because I'm lazy and it's literally the easiest thing you can do. I wake up, make myself breakfast, fix myself up a glass, and I'm good to go. And honestly, I found myself not needing to resort to an afternoon coffee just to keep me going through the end of the day. The best part, it has prebiotics and probiotics that help keep my gut from imploding after eating one too many turduckens or pie-cakins or whatever monstrosity the internet has me shoveling into my mouth. And listen, I'm not the only one that feels the difference. Not so head editor Dan actually credits AG1 for helping him on his fitness journey. Isn't that right, Dan?
Me? Do I finally get a line?
Ooh, that was all the time you had. So don't be like Dan and waste time. If you use the link in the description below or scan the QR code to subscribe, you can save $20 off your first subscription of AG1. And AG1 is throwing in over $70 worth of free stuff too. Like
Get a line?
really credits AG1 for helping him on his fitness.
Y'all, justice for Dan here, guys. Poor Dan got done dirty. That's fucked.
$20 off your first subscription of AG1. And AG1 is throwing in over $70 worth of free stuff too, like a free shaker, a canister for your powder, and 5 free travel packs. So click the link and thank me later while I thank AG1 now for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to Red 40. Yo.
I think the store I work at sells AG1 now. Is it AG1? No, it's gotta be something else. It's not Grunz. It's not. I know we sell Super 8s. It's Huel. No, it's Huel that we sell. Huel. It's like a super powder. Okay, I was sorry. That was driving me crazy.
Or 6. Or was it 3? Where do these strange color names come from? Why are they called Red 40 or Yellow 6? Our old pals at the Food and Drug Administration are to thank for that. In 1938, Congress passed the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, aka the FD&C Act. It gave the relatively new FDA the authority to oversee the safety of, well, food, drugs, and cosmetics, as well as medical devices. Part of this job involved not only cataloging, but testing every single color additive found in food or cosmetics for safety. And obviously, in this catalog, every additive needed a name. For your natural color additives like dehydrated beets, caramel color, and grape peel skin, they just got to keep their names. But for your artificial dyes, or as the FDA calls them, the certified dyes, they needed a new one. Those certified Loverboys certified color dyes all get a name and number based on their color. You got yellow 5, red 40, blue 2, and so on and so on. And actually, there are less of these artificial dyes that are approved in the United States than you might have realized. Not Not 900, not 90, but just 9 are approved to be in our food. There are way more that are allowed.
Okay, so there's 9 approved. Okay. Honestly, I don't really trust our government in the first place, so I don't know.
In our cosmetics, but I'll save that headache for Amy to tackle over on style theory. The 9 artificial dyes approved for food by the FDA are red 3 and red 40, blue 1 and blue 2, green 3, yellow 5 and 6, orange B, and citrus red 2. And even then, that list is a bit inflated because there's a big old asterisk next to the last 2. Orange B is only approved to be used in hot dog and sausage casings, but due to
Why are you putting that stuff in my hot dogs, y'all? I mean, I get it. It makes it look nice, but fuck.
some concerns of contamination back in the 70s, the only company that made Orange B said screw it and stopped production, and it hasn't been used ever since. And citrus red
Oh, okay, wait. It's okay, so that's... Wait, back up.
Orange B said screw it and stopped production, and it hasn't been used ever since.
Huh, okay, so it was approved, but for some reason it wasn't as... let's see. I don't know how to word this. So all these have been approved, but studies have linked all. Okay, what I'm assuming is going on here is studies have been linking to each of these dyes, which cause some unforeseen long-term side effects. So what? It's like the tests that were initially done on these weren't long enough or something, so they ended up getting approved. Where okay, so I mean, keep in mind, 200 or not 200, but like however many he said that were not approved were tried and they didn't pass. These 9 ones did pass, and yet there's still some shenanigans going on with red being red being the red dye being like people being allergic to it and stuff. And then I've heard the yellow 3 one actually the yellow 3 like basically causes depression is what I've heard. I'm not sure too much. I'm gonna ask y'all just do your own research because I am not gonna be the arbiter. I'm not going to go ahead and pretend like I know what's going on. All I know is I don't think I still am sticking to my guns because well yeah he's been showing thus far that there's not really much to do with the with needing to put color in your food or in our foods. I still don't see the reason why we should put them in. Like, I'm sorry, they're still unnecessary compounds. I mean, sure, they make them look colorful and make them look good. At the very least, I just found out that the Simply really doesn't have any of those shenanigans in it, which is, kudos to Frito-Lay's for doing that. I appreciate that a lot. I'm actually going to try that jazz now because I've tried some of their Simply stuff, but I never really like tried their Dorito ones. So I'm curious to see how good that is. But overall, these red dyes are more toxic than not for several people, and then on top of it, from what I understand, some of them cause some mental problems too. So I don't know if that's just because of the color, like messing with your neurology or whatever, some weird ass science shit. I don't know. I'm not smart enough for that shit. But I don't know. It's just I still stick to my guns saying these are unnecessary and I think they should be banned. If not banned, then just re-regulate it to just not include. Like you can sell these separately, like like little food dyes for like your little party things if you want to dye a cake or whatever. But I don't think manufacturers should be using that. I really think like big ass manufacturers should not be using this. You guys got no reason to do it if you're that big. All right.
And citrus red 2 is only permitted in the color of the skins in oranges. You can't even use it for oranges that are used for orange juice. So, unless you're eating the skins of oranges or 50-year-old wieners like a mad lad, you're unlikely to ever ingest any of those last two dyes. And even green 3 isn't used that much anymore, because companies often choose to use a mix of blue and yellow to make their classically green foods instead. But you may be looking at this list and notice a few gaps. If there's a red 3 and a red 40, what about reds 4 through 39? Spoiler alert, they do exist, but all of those quote-unquote missing dyes either never got approval in the first place, or much like red 3 is about to be, they got axed. For example, take red 2, also known as amaranth. It used to be allowed under the FD&C Act. That was until 1976, when it was banned for being a suspected carcinogen. But, to be honest, I would rather have a bottle of potentially carcinogenic food dye than the other amaranth beverage we've talked about on this channel before. And so,
What? Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to comment on that.
over time, the list of approved artificial dyes has become smaller and smaller until eventually we were left with the 9, or technically 7, that we have today. Fun fact, the main 7 are also all approved for use in drugs and cosmetics as well. That is,
Okay, the cosmetics I can get because, that's literal colors that you're putting on your face. But drugs? Why? Why? No. Back that ass up. What do you mean they're putting this stuff in our drugs? Why do drugs need to look colorful? No, that doesn't make no sense. Okay, I could be stopping way too quickly, but no, that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, shoot. Okay, listen. I really don't know what's going on. Okay, I am giving my most charitable take to all of this. At least I'm trying to. But if they're putting this dye in drugs, that doesn't make the only reason you would do that is if it's if it's giving some kind of effect. There should be no reason why you're putting this in unless it's to change something, to alter DNA or what have you. I don't get it. I don't understand.
all except for one. Which of course brings us to our main culprit of today's video. As I mentioned at the top of the episode, Red 3, one of the approved artificial dyes, is losing that approval status. But why? And why now? Well, it all comes down to a little thing known as the Delaney Clause. The Delaney Clause was part of an amendment to the FD&C Act, the one that gave the FDA authority to monitor all this stuff in the first place. Basically, it says, hey, FDA, BT dubs, if you ever find out that any of these additives in our food and makeup cause cancer in humans or animals, you'll ban it, right? And the FDA was like, yup, you got it. And for the
I'm sorry, do we really trust the FDA to do their job? Okay.
past couple decades, that's how it worked. Remember Red 2, Amaranth? Back in the 70s, studies came out that showed that there was an increased risk in cancer in female mice who were given a high dose of Red 2. So the FDA, following the rules of the Delaney Clause, banned it in 1976. Fast forward to the 1980s, and another red dye was now facing some heat, Red 3. Similar to 2, Red 3 was shown in high doses to cause a significant increase in thyroid cancer in male rats. And so, after looking into these studies, the FDA in 1990 came out and said, yup, this stuff potentially causes cancer in animals.
And it's only just now getting banned? What?
So we're banning it. And yeah, you heard that right. Despite all the hubbub around it now, Red 3 was already banned 35 years ago.
Wait, then how did it get... okay, shenanigans.
There was just one catch. It was only banned in cosmetics and topical medications like cream.
You're telling me... So in large doses, it causes thyroid cancer in rats. But when it came to banning it, they chose not to do it where you're consuming it injectively. They chose to ban it where you're putting it on your freaking skin. Okay, to be fair, I'm gonna still keep it charitable as hell. Like, when you put stuff on your skin, it takes longer to absorb, but then it processes through your skin a lot. I don't know how else to describe it. If you looked on TikTok or YouTube, you may have seen these sleep patches. They actually work, and I'm not saying that as like some anecdotal. I got it from my friend. If you watch my streams, you know about this dude. His name is Hawk. I love him to death. He's my best friend. Um, he has a really hard time sleeping, and he can't take melatonin because it screws him up. It actually makes him more active than inactive, which doesn't make any sense to me, but oh well. So I got him some patches by this one brand that sells melatonin free sleep patches. The dude, my boy, put it on, and he said his sleep patterns have been perfect ever since. Now, that could just be the placebo effect, and if that is, cool. Honestly, win. If you can make the placebo effect work for you, then freaking take the win and let that shit fly. Okay? But that also tells me that because you're not ingesting it, it is going into your skin, and because it's being prolonged, it takes its time absorbing into your skin and thus into your directly into your bloodstream, and thus causing the effects to have a longer effect, while you're also using less of it at the same time, which is really cool and really fascinating to me, if that is what's going on and not just the placebo effect, which I'm assuming it's not because when he got it, he said there was a strong odor to these things. A good odor, of course. It's like very floral, like they use like all the ingredients that they list on it. So I'm assuming that that's what's going on here. But again, I don't know. Let's get back into it.
And everyone was like, what about food and ingested drugs? And the FDA was like, oh, yeah, well, just
No, back up. Why are you putting it in drugs? That's what I want to know. No. Forget the food. We get why they're putting it in food. Why are they putting it in drugs? I don't understand.
do that in a separate action, and then just never did. And so Red 3 continued to be
Shenanigans, I tell you.
allowed in our food for over 3 decades. And why didn't the FDA do anything? The short answer is they didn't feel like it. In 1992, the FDA was finally
Shh, they didn't feel it. No, I call bull. I call bull. No, shenanigans. We all know by now the government cannot be trusted to get anything done that needs to get done. I mean, for goodness sake, they're only just now getting around to they're just now getting around to banning this stuff when every other country has all these dyes banned in their food. Honestly, there's no reason. There is absolutely no reason they should have these in our food.
gonna get around to banning Red 3 in foods, but they claimed they didn't have the resources to fully enforce it. And
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's, okay, then freaking don't just do nothing about it. Just come up with a different set of strategies. If you don't got the resources, just say, hey guys, just so you know, don't use this. If we catch you using it, you're going to jail. And your whole company getting shut down. And boom, that's it. That's all you need to do. And then, yeah, there's still going to be some of them on the freaking on the market. They're going to have to redo their whole shenanigans, give them a deadline, and then eventually all the old Red 40 freaking crap food will end up going out of circulation, and then the better one will come into circulation, probably under new packaging and everything, just to show that they do have different, foods and stuff. I, I call shenanigans, okay? I call shenanigans. I do not trust our government for a second.
so they just didn't. That was until 2022, when a bunch of advocacy groups and scientists petitioned the FDA with a lot more data, and the FDA finally agreed, and boom, with a stroke of a pen, Red 3 will now be phased out of our food and drugs for good. And it may not surprise you to hear this, but the FDA was a little bit slow to the ball in officially ditching Red 3. And here
Well, considering it, we're just now talking about it 3 years later. I'd say that's a little bit slow ball in here. Also, for those of you who don't know or who don't watch my streams, I had cancer during 2022, and I'm just now finding out that this Red 3 is just now getting phased out. Uh, uh, Considering the crap I was putting in my body during 2020, during the pandemic. Because keep in mind, I was essentially living at my job. I was living at my job during this time. I work in retail, by the way. I would just pick up whatever we sell or whatever we have left, and then I would just eat that because I can't really do that, and I don't know, or because I can't really cook. There's not really a good cooking stuff in our like guest room, guest room. God bless it, break room. I mean, um, but I would just basically grab, like I said at the beginning of this video, I would just grab like either like a bag of Doritos or just something simple because I'm like, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? If I just eat just chips or something, I'm not putting a lot in my body. And then, I go and inhale the whole damn bag, which isn't exactly good for you. Honestly, that's some shenanigans on my part, and I'm at fault there. But gosh dang it, yo.
Here's where we have to zoom out and look at the rest of the world, because in the EU, Red 3 is known as E127. While it hasn't been completely banned, it's been heavily regulated since 1994, only allowing it to be used in the making of cocktail cherries, which when
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
you consider how few cocktail cherries a normal person would eat in their life, I suppose is a pretty low risk.
I don't care. Get rid of it. I love cocktail cherries. I make Shirley Temples. And then I gotta have one of those little guys at the bottom of my thing. What the fuck? Don't be fucking with my Shirley Temple like that, you motherfuckers.
Red 3 faces similar restrictions in Australia and New Zealand. Heck, even one of America's own states jumped the FDA on the ban Red 3 train. In 2023,
Holy shit. Yo, what the hell, California? W for once? What the hell? For those of you who don't know, California is like the most expensive state in the world. Like, ugh.
California passed a law that would ban Red 3 among other ingredients from being sold inside the Golden State. But regardless of how long it took the US to officially nix Red 3, it's banned now. So what happens next? And the short answer is not that much. First off, this ban doesn't actually go into effect officially until January 2027 for food.
You know what? What did I expect? I don't know what I expect, to be honest. I was hoping they would get it done, like, within the year. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
Foods and 2028 for ingestible medications. But even when it does, and this was probably the most shocking thing I found while researching for this episode, there's surprisingly few big brands that actually still use Red 3. The biggest names I could really find were Betty Crocker's Red Icing, Strawberry Yoo-Hoo, and those chalky Valentine hearts that no one eats anyway. Meanwhile, think of
I feel attacked. I feel attacked.
things that we eat that are like comically, almost radioactively red. M&M's, Swedish Fish, Mountain Dew, Code Red, Cherry, Airheads, Hawaiian Punch, Twizzlers, none of them actually use Red 3. Instead, opting for Red 3's much more beloved cousin, Red 40.
Which is objectively worse for you, keep in mind.
40 seems to be more preferred when companies want a more vibrant red instead of a pink. But when this Red 3 ban finally goes into effect, in all likelihood, all the brands still holding out for Red 3 will probably just switch over to Red 40. But
No, because Red 40 is going to get axed too.
that comes with a whole host of other issues, because Red 40 might not be so good for our bodies either. I mean, for one, some people are just straight up allergic to Red 40, and for some, it can trigger migraines. In mice, studies have also shown that Red 40 can cause inflammatory bowel diseases, colonic inflammation, and even DNA damage. There's also been
Okay, so I was partially right at the beginning of this video.
a ton of research that shows a connection between Red 40 consumption and an increase in ADHD-like symptoms.
See, I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. But then again, let's keep going because he might whiplash, just be like, yeah, but these researchers are actually not conclusive, and then because I don't know. I remember MatPat doing that jazz, and so I'm just like, I don't know. You never know with this jazz.
in some children. That is a big yikes. And it's not just Red 40. Basically, every single one of the artificial dyes currently approved by the FDA shows some sorts of problems. So if all these artificial dyes are potentially harmful for us, the next logical question to ask is, why do we still use them? I mean,
The answer is we shouldn't. Now forget the question. We shouldn't be using these dyes, and I stick to my guns on that. It's not necessary. All it does is make it look prettier, but it doesn't enhance the taste. I mean, aside from a chemical reaction in your head, it comes with a whole host of problems. Red 40 at least does. Same with yellow 3. I'm not sure about blue. I don't know any studies about blue, so I'm not even gonna say anything about that one. But we probably shouldn't use that either. But no, we shouldn't use any of this shit.
remember, these are food dyes, not flavorings. They're as tasteless as a British barbecue. There are also plenty of natural food
I read the subtitles and I thought he said British bitch. I'm sorry. Fuck. Even my subconscious don't like this guy. Oh man, I did no shade to this man, but like, gosh darn.
dyes out there that could, and in some countries do the job of dyeing just fine. Then why do they stick
Exactly.
around? Well, reason number one, cost. It is a lot cheaper to produce large quantities of artificial dyes than to try and acquire an equivalent amount of the natural ones. Reason number two, shelf life. Synthetic dyes tend to have super long shelf lives. In some cases, dyes can last for years beyond their listed expiration date.
Bitch, this expired 2 decades ago.
But like, do we want that? Who cares if my food still looks as vibrant as the day I bought it if everything else about it expired years ago?
Oh.
Ugh. And the biggest reason for our love of dyes is the color. For example, take a look at this picture of M&Ms. Do they look off to you? If you're an American, you might be wondering what's up with the colors.
They look like peanut M&Ms. Like no joke, this is exactly what the peanut M&Ms look like. At least that's from my memory. That's what they look like. They're not like super like circular or anything. They're just kind of like this. At least maybe they were. You know, shoot, these could be old. I don't know.
Did someone leave them out in the sun for too long? Nope, these are just ordinary European.
Wait, what do you mean sun left out in the sun? Even the colors look the same to me. It could just be because of my monitor, but freaking, I don't know.
M&Ms. The difference? The use of more natural dyes. Here's them side by side with the American ones.
Oh shit. America, I'm gonna kick your ass. The difference between these M&Ms is literally the most minute difference. Like, I'm looking at the shades here, like okay, yeah, okay, I can see the ones on the right. They're a little bit more glossy, they're a little bit more vibrant. But I'm looking at the ones on the left. I'm like, it's the same. I'm looking at the same M&Ms. I'm looking at the same M&Ms. It's just one's just a wee bit duller. I could not have told. I could not have. I could not have seen the difference, like without looking at without actually having a comparison. So with that said, what the fuck? Why are y'all using these dyes in the first place? If they're entirely unnecessary, and on top of it, they don't even make that big of a difference. What is going on right now? You know, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
The fact of the matter is that artificial dyes just provide a more consistent and vibrant color pattern. Every red M&M in the US is just as red as the last and as big and bright as those stars and stripes. We've just come to expect it. And you know what? That's the real biggest thing that's keeping the US from ditching the artificial dyes. It's us. Yeah, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. It seems that many Americans do want to...
This bitch did not just say Gosh dang it. I'm too easy. I'm sorry. I'm too easy when it comes to it's I start busting up from little shit like that. Okay.
eliminate artificial
One of these days, I'm gonna react to Mentally Mitch, and I'm just gonna lose it. I'm gonna die on camera, y'all. Y'all are gonna see my avatar fucking die. You're gonna just see my avatar, and then you're just gonna see it go. And that's gonna be the end of the video and the end of my channel. Shoot.
colors from their food, but perhaps not enough. In 2015, a Nielsen report found that around 42% of consumers worldwide found it very important that products contain no artificial colors. But among North Americans, that number went down to just 29%. And even when there's been pressure on big corporations to cut out the colors, American consumers are just not as big of a fan of the results. In the past decade, Mars, the conglomerate that makes M&M's, Starburst, and Skittles, as well as cereal giants like Kellogg's and General Mills, have all made pledges to the public that they'd phase out artificial colors in their food. They've even gone so far to set hard dates for when that would be accomplished. But eventually,
X to doubt. Press an X to doubt. Nah.
all those days came and went, and most of the brands either
Yeah, see?
missed their goals completely, or in some cases, completely reversed course.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say they didn't mean shit. I'm gonna be that petty bitch and be like, nah, General Mills, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at all yo asses. Y'all didn't mean shit when you said that. You said that just to appease the masses so they looked the other way, and then when they weren't looking, you just didn't do shit. Now, I do not believe for a second, because if they actually meant that, then they would have done it. They would have done it. They would have had it done.
You know why? Turns out consumers didn't like how their food looked without all those artificial dyes. Take Trix, the cereal with the most obnoxious colors in the cereal space. In 2016,
Yes.
General Mills, the maker of Trix, removed all the artificial colors from its iconic cereal. And sales did initially increase, but eventually consumer complaints started to pile up and the sales dried up, leading them
Why? Complaint? What Karen ass?
to switching back to the artificial stuff after just a year and a half. Similarly, the other big brands ended up noticing that American consumers, they've just grown accustomed to the colorful foods. That's not to say that there hasn't been some progress though. 90% of Kellogg's cereals and 85% of General Mills are now made with natural colors and flavors. And while Mars is still hesitant to remove them from their candies, some of their other brands have switched away from the artificial colors as well. But if we want to see those last few artificial dyes come out of our
No, hold on.
Mars is still hesitant to remove them from Mills are now
I'm calling Cap. Hold the phone. No, we doing this. Okay, what's the most artificial ass thing Kellogg sells? Let's see here. Well, I want to do cereal because that's probably like the biggest. Okay, where are the cereals? Wait, cereal bowl. Wait. No, that's cereal bowls, but whatever. What it should work. Let me see here. Yeah, cause they have all these here. Oh, that'll work. That'll work. Let's first start with Apple Jacks, I guess. Why not? Where is the? Okay, well I don't like that. That don't make me feel better. That's kosher. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, nutrition. Here we go. All right, let's see them shenanigans. Red 40, yellow 6, yellow 5, red 40, blue 1. Okay, so Apple Jacks is guilty, unfortunately. That sucks. I always liked Apple Jacks. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the chemicals talking that shit to me, man. Hold on. This is for. Okay, cool. Okay, cocoa bar. Okay. Rice, sugar, cocoa processed with alkali, less than 2% of hydrogenated vegetable oil, coconut, soybean, and/or cottonseed. Yeah, I've heard bad things about seed oils, but we ain't getting into that today. Let's see, salt, malt flavor. Okay, you say malt flavor. You don't say malt. I don't like that. Artificial flavor. Again, just say what it is. We already know you're putting bad shit in it. But at the very least, it seems that Cocoa Crisps get a pass. That's cool. Cornflakes, I'm assuming cornflakes don't got jacked to deal with that. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cornflakes is probably the most clean thing you could eat, to be honest, but it's also the most bland. So let's be real. Corn Pops was never allowed to eat this as a child, probably for good reason now. What I heard yellow 5 like fucks you up. Yeah, no, that one's good. Okay, so far we've been through like four. Only one of them was bad. Fruit Loops. This one's the big one. This one is the biggest offender usually. Yep, there it is. Red 40, yellow 5, blue 1, yellow 6. Well, I don't know what I expected, to be honest. Wait, did I do corn pops already? I think I did. Frosted Flakes. Okay, furries, this one's for you. Oh shit, not me calling out a whole fucking fandom. I'm gonna get my ass crucified on Twitter. Oh, I guess it's what, Blue Sky now. Shit, heard that one's toxic too. But anyway, uh, milled corn sugars, malt flavor. Again, just say what it is. Please don't mishmatch with this. Just say what it is, please. Contains 2% or less of salt. That sounds like a lot of salt if you're going by weight. 2% is a big number. It may not seem like a big number, but if you a pinch of salt in like a cake is probably less than 1%, less than 0.5%. I would even imagine. But yeah, okay, but no. So far not too bad. They're doing a lot better than I expected. Special K, I'm pretty sure this one's gonna have some shenanigans going on. Let's see here. Where'd it go? There it is. Um. Oh damn, nothing. No. Malt flavor. Again, just say what it is. I'm never gonna stop with that bullshit. Let's see here. Frosted mini wheats. Okay, guys, I'm like extremely surprised to be honest. They really do have less dyes than I expected. Okay, yeah, no, that's the last one. Literally whole grain wheat, sugar, uh, less than 2% of brown rice syrup and gelatin. Gelatin. Eh, okay. Okay, damn. I didn't believe it, but yeah, I guess Kellogg's has taken out a lot of it, but it's those big ones, the Fruit Loops, the freaking Apple Jacks. I'm sorry, guys, you gotta get rid of them. I want my Apple Jacks. I want my motherfucking thing. Okay, hold on. You know what? Hold on. One more for the road. It's funny. I named my cat Pebbles. So this one's from my kitty. Um, let's go here. Nutrinix. Why not? There it is. I'm assuming everything's up to date. Where, where's the thing? Where's the thing? That's a lot of hot carbohydrates. That's a lot of hot carbohydrates. What the heck? Where's the ingredients? Gosh dang it. Gosh darn, hold on. Alright. Is it under this one? Are they gonna show me? No. Oh, duh. Sorry. Okay. Rice, sugar, canola, soybean oil. Again, I've heard bad things about those oils, but that's besides the point. Salt contains less of natural and artificial flavor. Just say what it is. There it is. Red 40, yellow 6, yellow 5, blue 1. Oh, they put in turmeric. Turmeric. Oh, well, that's a first. But no, they still use the big bad ones. Yellow 5, blue 1, all the jazz. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much what I expected. All right, let's finish it up. Let's wrap this up, y'all.
Made with natural colors and flavors. And while Mars is still hesitant to remove them from their candies, some of their other brands have switched away from the artificial colors as well. But if we want to see those last few artificial dyes come out of our food, then we're gonna have to change the way our brains have been programmed to love the colors. I'm not talking about creating a world without color like that one episode of Fairly Odd Parents, but we need to change our tastes, even though it's not actually changing the taste of our food. When you see a brand advertising their product that has no artificial colors, instead of letting your eyes glaze over that like I know I have before, realize that this is an opportunity to speak with your wallet. For example, take these white cheddar Cheetos made without any
See, this is what I'm talking about too.
the yellow 6 or red 40 found in the normal flaming hot variety.
I still don't trust the brand because who knows? They'll probably do. Again, the bioengineered thing, I don't like that. I will never like that. I will never be okay with that. That's going to be the next big hot button issue is getting rid of that stuff, but it may be too late.
Let them know that you will still buy this stuff as long as it tastes good. The rest of the world still chugs along without these colors, and so can we. And of course, to those groups of advocates and scientists that keep researching and sharing information about the artificial dyes, keep up the good work. And to the FDA, maybe you can help too. Force the big brands' hands a little bit. That'd be
The FDA ain't gonna do shit. The FDA ain't gonna do shit, dude. I don't trust the FDA for like a dagnabbing second. Like, come on. Honestly, like they dragged their feet this long, and even after they finally got it banned from 2022, it ain't gonna go into effect till 2027. Just just do it already. Just I don't know.
appreciated. And heck, if none of that works, maybe eating less of these processed foods that tend to have the artificial dyes in them might not be a bad idea either way. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Buen provecho. And hey, while you're checking out
Okay, I like that. I like the ending where he says the last one in Spanish. Okay, that's a nice touch. I'll give him credit there.
your food packages for artificial dyes, you may have also noticed that little expiration date. Click the card on the screen to watch me dive into why those dates don't mean what you think they mean. And as always,
Yeah, no, Best Buy doesn't mean like Best Buy. It doesn't mean it's expired. It just means it's the. So I work in retail, as y'all know, and I work a little bit of behind the scenes shenanigans. Best Buy is well, we have a program that we use that allows us to keep a catalog of dates and when the last date is, or like when's the next date coming up when things expire, quote unquote expire, and while yes, technically they will expire, whenever they get close to that date, we're instructed to take them off the shelves. We give them to our back guy, and then we mark them down to be sold at a extremely cheap price, so that way we can still get some use out of them. If it's past that date, then we shrink it. Just something I wanted to end off with because, yeah, I do. I work in retail, so I do know a little bit about some of this stuff. So, yeah, I work some of the back end jazz. But yeah, okay, final thoughts, I guess. Okay, that did not go the way I expected it to, and thank God, because I was ready to frickin' go off on this dude. Like, why? So, I said at the beginning, because this did catch my attention, and for all the wrong reasons, it's because the dude said, like, It's like, you better grab them now before they're banned. You may go to jail. I'm like, that is such clickbait. Like, that's way too extra. I get the point. I get the point. But like, dude, like, I was livid. I'm like, nah, we doing a video on this one. I'll probably still upload this video because this was a good watch. I like this, and this was the first food theory video I've ever watched after the retirement of MatPat. So yeah, I got to give this dude credit where credit's due. I did like some of the things. I feel like he is being a little bit too extra with some of the things. Like he's trying way too hard to keep up the formula. My dude, you just got to change it. You're not gonna be MatPat. You're never gonna be MatPat, and that's okay. Like you inherited a business. The least you can do for that business or this YouTube channel, because literally people would kill for your position, my dude. And I'm not saying you're not doing it. I have this, but this is the first video I've watched, so I have no reference of what you've been doing, if you've been doing well or not. But I do know that you seem to be putting in the work. You seem to be trying a little too hard to replicate what's happening, or not replicate what used to be food theory and theories in general. Definitely wane off the MatPat shenanigans and just, I mean, again, this is just my opinion. This is just my 2 cents. What you choose to do is your whole business. I never want anyone to feel like I'm talking at someone. But my point being, find your own style, make a few experiment videos, and see how it's well, and then see what makes you feel comfortable. I mean, for all I know, you're comfortable with this style as it is. Maybe you were working behind the scenes already. Maybe this is all your idea, and MatPat was just putting on a show, and he was the one trying to emulate you. For all I know, that was what was going on. Overall, I think the video was well made. It did get my heart going the first few seconds, because I don't want these dyes in our food anymore because of the health risks they impose for no good reason other than just because it looked pretty. Um, but yeah, no, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe for me. I'd appreciate it, and it helps my channel out a lot. And yeah, look for my streams. I like doing card game stuff, but I am open to doing other types of streams, gamings, and all the other jazz. Drop me what you think I should do in the comments, and I will consider it. All right, and with that all said and done, I will get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.